folks, so I switched up spots today. I'm actually in the chicken coop run. All the chickens and the ducks are kind of behind me. They were here just dust bathing just a few moments ago, and I thought it was going to be exciting to have them in the frames with me. So if they're interested enough, they'll come out. But I figured I would do all of my bulb layering in pots now because it's a beautiful sunny day. We're going to be filming right here because I have a bunch of old pots that had some plants in it, including some bulbs. I'm going to see if there's bulbs still in there. But I'm going to be planting up some new pots as well, and I have a number of beautiful bulbs that I'll be layering in here. Here's some hyacinths. And this area has actually been a wonderful area to store plants in because we just put poly panels on the run, so it almost acts like a cold greenhouse. So I think I could actually store all my bulbs in here, provided that the chickens and the ducks don't mess with them too much. So I'm just going to use some Espoma potting mix just to start. And I'm going to put about 4 to 6 inches on the bottom. I wanted all white bulbs in this pot, and I did that last year and it looked really good. Not all of them came up though because I think I had some squirrel damage, but I have some hyacinths, and let's see what else I have. Oh yes, white Van Vliet Dutch irises, which are also really beautiful. Double snowdrops, which I'm debating whether I want to plant these in here or whether I want to plant these outside. And then I have these tulips. I love these lily flowering tulips. They have a bit more of an elegant vase shape, very, very feminine looking. And this one is called Tulipa Tres Chic. Could be a good cut flower. And then what else do I have in here? It's just like a mixed bag of things that never got planted into the ground. Some graceful beauty alliums. Oh, and then I have some other types of galanthus snowdrops as well. So these are the really early ones that come out, and those will probably go up right on top. I thought I had some crocuses, but maybe not. If you hear, my ducks are right behind me. What are you doing? You biting my butt? Okay, so some of the first bulbs that are going to go down there will be really the tulips and the hyacinths. Those go down a bit deeper. Oh, you know what else I have? Narcissus Dreamlight. So these are really pretty. These are one of my kind of like favorite genre of narcissus because it's like the Poeticus narcissus that have that little pheasant eye. And I think they're quite elegant. I tried to get some that are basically all cup and no petal, but those are all sold out. And I think that's the downside with waiting too long, because you could wait long and then you get some really great end of season deals. But then also if you wait too long, you're not going to get the ones that you really like. I'm going to mix some perlite in here too because I want to keep this a relatively well-draining mix, especially when we hit the springtime. And you are going to hear some commotion behind me now that I have the chickens and the ducks. So I'm going to add the narcissus first, in with the hyacinths. Looks like I have 5 of these, or 6 of these actually. And what I'm essentially doing is creating this like layered cake where I'm just layering some of the larger bulbs, the bulbs that need to get buried a little bit deeper. Now I'm going to work in the hyacinths. This one is called Aeolus, which is a white hyacinth. I mean, the hyacinth smell is like an aphrodisiac. It's just such a luscious smell. How's it going, guys? Now the other thing that I want to plant in here, which Faro is nibbling on, is Nymphophia. So these are very tall plants, kind of a more tropical looking plant. This one's called Lady Luck. They do get quite tall. I don't know if it's going to work in here, but we're going to give it a shot. Most Nymphopias, if you've seen them, are like reds and oranges and yellows, like really hot colors. They look great in a hot colored garden. This one happens to be, though, a bit more white with some greens, which is, I think, quite elegant. So I'm going to try that. So we have 8 hyacinths right here. And I'm just kind of spreading them out a little bit so they're not so close together. So I'm doing a combination of the tulips and the irises here. Actually, I probably could have afforded to get a few more tulips, but actually together with the irises, they are filling out this pot nicely. Just giving them some an even amount of space. But in planters like this, I tend to plant pretty densely too. If you have the plants, plant them. You'll see some of the ones that I'll be planting a little later. I have a lot more, so I'm going to be planting them densely, and I think that looks like really good. I'll need another bag of this, but I'm actually sitting on the bag, so I'm not sitting directly on the dirt here with the rest of the birds. Although, I think they probably like that I'm getting dirty with them. One thing I'm forgetting to do is I do want to plant these nymphophillas. So what I'm going to have to do is take these out, give them a space where the bulbs are not, because they do have to go a little bit deeper. So if I do this, and then I plant the bulbs kind of around there. Oh, these are well rooted in here. Huh? Look at those roots, really deep. You guys good? Oh my goodness, are you serious? All right, yeah, that's great. So now I'll be planting the bulbs around this. These get about 1.5 feet tall, and they have a nice white, slightly pink top. As you can see from these little onion bulbs, they are quite tiny. So they're not gonna be like one of those large alliums. Is you trying to help me out, or are you trying to hinder me, huh? Yes, hello, hello. Yes, you're so cute. Now, let's top this off. Again, I'm using a Spoma organic potting medium. It's really versatile. Really great for pots, and if you want to bring in some more drainage, then you know, of course, you could use the perlite like I'm using, or whatever you need to use. I might add a topper to this as well, just because it helps keep the birds from digging in the soil a little bit. Sometimes I'll find a chicken dust bathing in a pot. Yes. So I have this pot, and I don't think there's anything in here, but let's see. I'm going to start bringing this out. We might have some bulbs in here. Oh, it looks like we do have some bulbs. Oh yeah, look at that. So we definitely have some bulbs that have been left in here. I think I'm going to then leave them in here. I'm going to bring out this potting medium and start over again. Leachy might like that. Get my chicken composters over here. Yeah, so this looks like the plants that I've had. I'm going to keep these in here. They actually have growing tips. And then the other thing that I'm going to be planting in here is these merry-go-round flowering tulips. So what I like about these are they're actually quite short, about 1 foot to 1.5 feet long, and they have, it's a multiple-headed tulip, so they have these really beautiful red flower tops, but they come in bunches. It's pretty brilliant. So I had these growing in a plant pot. I can't remember which one that I had, but I figured I will plant them again. And I'll add whatever these plant bulbs were back into this pot. So there's 12 of these, which is quite nice. They're much larger, so I'm going to plant these down towards the base of this pot. And then since these are quite small, I'm going to add those to the top. Again, nice root system. I'd say there's about 8 or 9 bulbs in here, so I'm just going to plant those right down in there. I'm in my total zen zone, if you can't tell, with all these birds. This is great. All right, so this one is done. Now, I'm gonna go into this big one right here, which as you can see has a number of plants still planted up in it. I think this was a verbena. Well, let's see if there's any bulbs. Yes, I have some bulbs in here. Look at this. So, all right. Now, the ones that I'd like to plant in here are ones that I had planted last year that I really liked. They're called Elegant Lady, Blushing Lady. I believe Blushing Lady was the one that I really liked, but I also liked Elegant Lady, and I bought a lot of them. And I think I should have a bunch of Tulipa honky tonks left from Color Blends. And these are quite small tulips. These are much larger, but what I liked about these is that they bloomed really late and they bloomed for a very long time. So maybe it's no guarantee that they're gonna do that again, but we're going to try. So I'm gonna create 3 layers of bulbs here, starting with the Blushing Ladies, and then the Elegant Ladies, and then the Honky Tonks. So oftentimes you have tulips that are early blooming, mid blooming, and then late blooming. And these tend to be late blooming tulips. I mean, these bloomed all the way up until like June, which was amazing. So I'm gonna plant these pretty close because I have quite a lot of them. I should say that these are kind of like a blushy pink yellow. So they're very elegant, very feminine. Okay, created like about an 1.5 inch layer above this, creating my little lasagna layers within my bulb pot here. Now I'm going to go with the Tulip Elegant Ladies. And again, these grow about 20 inches, pink with a little whitish yellow tinge, and they're mid to late spring. So the ones that I planted in, the Blushing Ladies are more of a late spring. This is mid to late, so these will emerge slightly earlier if the weather permits. And I have a little less than these, so I'm gonna plant these a bit more in a spacious kind of way. Okay, here we go. This is my last layer. These are getting dangerously close to the top, but I think I'll put probably about 2 inches of soil on top of this. And these are all my honky tonks that are left over, because I had a bunch of these that I had planted in the gardens, and I think probably a lot of squirrels have taken them, or chipmunks as well. I covered up some, but we'll see how many. I think I planted around 300, but we'll see how many actually come up next year. Let's get these on the top. At least we'll have these. Now, what I found out from planting these is that I do try to have the growing tips up to the top, facing upwards. But what I've found from planting over the years is that it almost doesn't matter. They will find their way and orient themselves properly. Okay, so it's my last soil. I'm gonna have to get off my soil bag that I'm sitting on as a seat. Well, we see that this might not last. They're eating my nymphophia. And I'll probably water these lightly through the season. Although I had these in winter storage in the garage and I didn't water them at all over the winter season. So you might not need to do that. All right, so this is my last one. Some bulbs in here. So do I have any bulbs left? That's the question. I think I have some fritillaria. Ah, yes, I have some fritillaria. Let's see if I have anything else. No, that is it. So what I'm gonna do is probably plant whatever these bulbs are. Can't remember what I had in here. I'm gonna separate them a bit. Just separate them out. Maybe just a few of them. And then I am going to plant in some of the Fritillaria meleagris, which are snakehead fritillary, which are beautiful. They kind of have like a purplish checker spot. Sometimes they come in white as well. I think these are the deeper purple colored ones. And If you have lily leaf beetle, unfortunately, the invasive lily leaf beetle, unfortunately, they do like to eat fritillarias along with other lilies. So you do have to watch out for that. And I guess I'm gonna keep this plant planted in here as well. Plant this in the middle. Yeah, what's going on? I know, you really want to eat what's in here, don't you? All right, so I think this is pretty much done for now. If I see any last minute deals as far as bulbs go, then I'll probably grab some more because I have plenty of pots that could use some more bulb layering in. And now that I have a space that I could keep these things in, hopefully that won't get disrupted by my ducks or my chickens, which there's no guarantee because they are quite curious. But yeah, so that's my last project. Thank you guys for joining me, my little helpers here, my new little helpers, so I'm just getting oriented with them. A lot of these chickens I've had relationships with for years, so it's been fun being able to bring them here from Brooklyn. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in another episode. Bye!